Hi, and welcome to this new demo video from TruSahai. Our demos are designed specifically for IT service management with a strong focus on security, auditability, and compliance. In the previous demo, we saw how the AI assistant can automatically raise tickets when it can't find an answer, and how it can also learn from resolved tickets by ingesting their resolutions and using that information to answer future user queries. If you haven't seen that video yet, you can find it on our YouTube channel by the name TruSahai. In this demo, I'll show you how the AI assistant behaves on a small set of historical IT tickets that are turned into its knowledge base, and how it's using that knowledge to answer new questions. We'll also evaluate how closely its answers match the original ticket resolutions. First, here's the data I'm working with. This is a sample ITSM tickets file with 100 tickets. Think of it as an export from Jira Service Management or ServiceNow. Each row contains fields such as summary, a short title like laptop VPN connection failed, description, what the user actually reported, category, priority, assignee, and various timestamps. And most importantly for this demo, the resolution, the text that explains exactly how the issue was fixed. These resolution fields are what the AI assistant learns from and reuse in the future. And as you can see, these tickets are not very text-heavy and don't contain full context, which helps mimic a real-world scenario. For this demo, I've already run the ingestion step that turns these tickets into a searchable knowledge base for the chatbot. At a high level, the ingestion process includes loading the Excel file or form any other document sources, combining the summary and description into a single problem statement for each ticket, storing the resolution as the ground truth answer, creating relationships in a graph database, and indexing everything in a vector database so the chatbot can find similar past tickets based on semantic meaning and relationships, not just exact keyword matches, storing the original ticket ID so we can later show which ticket the answer came from. Now that the AI assistant has been trained on these historical tickets, it's ready to use them to answer new questions. Let's switch to the chatbot and see it in action. I'll start with a very typical issue. I'll pick one from the file and pretend I'm an end user having an email problem. Ticket number 2. Outlook isn't pulling new emails, but they show up fine in webmail. What should I do? After sending this, the assistant replies with a set of troubleshooting steps, such as clearing the Outlook cache, recreating the profile, and reconnecting the account. It also provides a ticket reference ID and a confidence score. Now let's try a different issue this time. I am facing an issue with VPN while trying to connect via my laptop. Again, the assistant identifies the pattern from previous tickets and recommends restarting the VPN client and updating the configuration exactly what the original resolution in our dataset says. Ticket number 1. And let's see what happens when I ask a follow-up question. Even though the wording of the question is different from the original ticket, it still matches and reuses the correct solution. It also lists similar tickets IDs as sources and provides a confidence score for the answer. Let's try one more example, a permissions issue. I'm getting access denied when I try to open a project on the SharePoint site. The AI assistant suggests adding the user to the correct Microsoft 365 group, forcing a permission sync, and testing access in a private browser session. Behind the scenes, this response is again driven by the resolution text from a historical ticket that solved a similar SharePoint access issue. Ticket number 54. Now, if I ask about something that isn't covered in the historical tickets, the assistant won't hallucinate a random fix. Instead, it will either ask for more information or suggest opening a ticket with a human agent, which is important for reliability. For example, Skype does not appear in any of the historical tickets. So if I ask, "My Skype is not working, can you help me fix it?" The assistant creates a new ticket because it cannot find a matching solution. We covered this behavior in the previous demo as well. So far, we've looked at a few examples manually. But to really validate the system, I ran an automated test across all historical tickets by simulating a user query based on its summary and description and evaluating the response from the AI assistant for each historical ticket. The resolution match rate came out to be more than 90%, and the retrieval hit rate was around 80% in the retrieval hit rank. That is, the original ticket ID was found to be among top 3 returned tickets. Across the dataset, this means that in most cases, the assistant reuses the same solution as the original ticket, retrieves the correct historical ticket as a reference. After comparing the AI assistant's answer with the original resolution text, I found that in about 90% of the non-matching cases, the answer is still in the correct context because there are multiple similar tickets. Only about 10% of the time does it fail to retrieve the exact ticket ID, even still the suggested solution is still relevant. Now, a bonus, we can also track how the AI assistant performs over time. We provide an analytics dashboard with actionable insights. At the top, we can see basic metrics, such as total chats, messages per session, and average response time. But we also get deeper insights, such as how many conversations the assistant handles per day, peak usage hours, the types of questions being asked, and how many questions the assistant is unable to answer. To summarize, we start with a simple Excel export of ITSM tickets with resolutions. We turn that into a structured knowledge base by mapping problems to fix it. We add a chat interface so end users and agents can ask questions in natural language. We use an evaluation framework to measure how often the chatbot reproduces the original resolutions and retrieves the correct historical tickets. And we track the assistant's performance over time. This approach allows small and medium IT teams to reuse knowledge from Jira or ServiceNow without heavy implementation costs. It works well with their existing ticket data and gives them a measurable way to understand how much value the AI assistant is delivering.